everybody, this is... Hello everybody, this is Blightwind. I'm bringing you a quick replay cast of Game 1 of Next.kz versus Kaipi. This was from the Gosu League done on yesterday, on Saturday, December the 15th. And unfortunately I wasn't able to get into the first game, so here I am doing a quick replay. And do not want to listen to a broadcaster. So here we go. Kaipi starts things off with a quick Templar Assassin ban out. And I just realized I should probably change to the pick overlays. There you go. And then a Bounty Hunter and an Undying are going to pick out, be the swap right away, or banned out right away. Bounty Hunter been a very popular solo lane, just due to the sole fact that it doesn't matter how much farm he gets in the long lane, all he needs to do is run around getting track kills. And then Undying, he's a bully, he's got a lot of mid-game. And then Darkseer's going to be banned out, but then Batrider and Magnus make it in. Batrider's been an incredibly powerful, well, he's always been a popular pick within the professional scene, but now with the new strength growth buffs he got, he is a lot tankier, and he can do what he's meant to do a lot easier. And then Magnus is going to be picked up. That'll most likely be for a long lane. The picks are going so fast. Magnus has just been a very popular long lane solo, and the Nyx Assassin, that might be a support. We'll have to see. He has been actually pretty popular as a support just due to the fact that he's got a very solid stun. Spike Carapace allows him to avoid a lot of the harass that supports sometimes get. And then the mana burn just allows you to, well, tear down the other supports' mana, so when you actually go in to jump them, they don't have mana for their stuns or slows or nukes or whatever. Then a Wisp Sven, so that's a very popular ganking combo. They'll be looking to use relocate to move around the map and just kind of cause havoc. And then Lifestealer, he's also become very popular now that Rage lasts like 6.75 seconds, I think. 6 seconds. So it's 6 seconds on a 15-second cooldown. So that's a 9-second window where you can actually hit him with magic effects. So we might see him in the jungle, we'll have to see, or people have been doing tri-lanes with him, just due to the fact that you want him to get some good farm, and then once he gets some good movement speed and some good attack speed up, he'll just start shredding through people. Keeper of the Light's going to be banned out as well. That's a little bit of an interesting one. I don't know how that would have fit. I guess you could pair him up, have him running around giving the Nyx mana, who has some mana problems, Magnus, so then he can constantly be spamming the shockwaves. But it still is a little bit of an interesting one. And then Jakiro, who's been considered the best support. Venomancer, who's also a very solid support, and then Enigma. So, as it stands now, the Kaipi pretty much they could either go with a tri-lane support, a jungler, or a solo mid. Batrider can go solo mid, or a long lane, I guess they need. Batrider could go solo mid, he could go long lane. So they need to pick up something to fit the other one. And then either like a jungler or a tri-lane support. Alternatively, Next.kz still needs either their solo mid or their long lane. More than likely we'll see a solo mid. And then their tri-lane support to go with this Nyx, unless they're going to be picking up another two. Chen's going to be banned out, again, just identifying that they need some junglers. And, I mean, Chen's early push and teamfight presence with that Hand of God is just huge. And then Nature's Prophet, just to get rid of some of that global presence. We haven't seen Nature's Prophet played very much, but he's still got some great early push. He's got the global presence, which can definitely mess things up. Shadow Demon will be picked up, so that'll be their tri-lane support. A tri-lane with Shadow Demon is so hard to go against, because if you try and initiate on him, like on anyone in that tri-lane, you're going to get disrupted or defensive disruptions. And then the Soul Catcher, it all of a sudden has turned around on you and you are weeping. So we'll have to see what Next.kz responds with. I suppose they could go with like a Lina or maybe a Leshrac. And they go with the Disruptor. Interesting. So at the moment, I'm thinking we're going to have a Nyx Lifestealer Disruptor tri-lane. Disruptor, very good actually with the Lifestealer, because one of the Lifestealer's biggest problems, he can do a lot of damage, but people walk away from him. He's melee, he's kind of slow, so you'll just walk away from him. And this, the Disruptor pick, will give, you know, with that kinetic field, you can't run away from him. You're gonna have to stand next to this Lifestealer. He's gonna be able to right-click you. They're gonna pick up a Lone Druid, so that's their long lane solo. So we will see, well, I suppose he could go mid, but we're gonna see Bat Rider and Lone Druid in either mid or off lane. They can be changed around. I think probably Lone Druid in that off lane and Bat Rider mid. And then that Wisp, Sven, Shadow Demon tri-lane. So it's a little easy to read, but at the same time, that's not always a bad thing. And they do have a little bit of toss-up between that Lone Druid and that Bat Rider. As far as the last pick, Queen of Pain is still available. Windrunner could go solo mid. What else is there? Pudge, I suppose. Zeus, if you're feeling really funny. But, okay, yeah, and it's Queen of Pain. I mean, the Zeus, I know, I just kind of threw that out there as a joke, but I figured, like, Queen of Pain, Pudge, something like that would be the most likely. So everyone's picking what they want. And I don't know why he doesn't have actually relocate on his little card, and I have to sneeze, so 1 second. I apologize about that. I hope it didn't come up on the audio. And did we have some DCs? Nope. They are just taking their long time discussing who's going to be playing what as far as this tri-lane goes. But that's fine. We can sit here, stare at Lifestealer's mouth go up and down.
5 seconds remaining.
And there you go. And now I need to switch to this and that, and we are good. Quick pause. And that gives me a chance to go over who's playing what. So for Next.kz, we have Mantis on the Queen of Pain, 9 on the Disruptor, Watafaka on the Magnus, so that'll be a long lane Magnus, Cat playing that Nyx Assassin, and Topor on the Lifestealer. And then for the Kaipi lineup, we have RMN playing that Lone Druid, even though it shows up as some craziness on the scoreboard here. We have Dota, Quadkva Dota, playing that Bat Rider. Do believe he is a stand-in. Czar playing that Shadow Demon, Babar on the Wisp, and Pabek playing the Sven. So that's their lineups. We got a bit of a tactical pause here. Just probably discussing lane setups and stuff like that. And it looks like we are all ready to go. As far as item pickups, do we have any sentries that are going to be scooped up here? There's the awesome defense courier. We do have wards on the Nyx Assassin, so they might look to do some pole camp blocking. And alternatively, he must have items on his bear. Oh yeah, he's got a stout on his bear and then a little bit of armor and regen on himself. Probably look to pick up some quick tranquils. Shadow Demon does have some sentries, so he's going to look to ward out the pole camp, but he might be walking into the entire Next.kz lineup here. Mantis, I think, spotted him. And no, now he sees them. He is just going to back up. Pabek is here as well, along with Babar, but I don't think they can fight this entire Next.kz lineup. Nobody has really skilled anything. They want to wait and see. Except for Watafaka, he went Skewer, because, I mean, you don't take anything else if you're playing that long lane Magnus. If you go in with level 1 Shockwave, then you're probably just going to get right-clicked. And it looks like they want to do him versus this Lone Druid. Gives him that one-on-one matchup. He'll be able to harass decently well. So they managed to get the ward down. And then an Illusion Rune's going to be picked up. We see an Impale onto Czar, and an Open Wounds. Defensive Disruption. Stormhammer is going to go out. And then the tether is going to come out as well. So I don't know if they'll be able to stop this. Kinetic field in one. So they are going to kinetic field in this Wisp. And he's going to go down. Topor picks that up.
First blood, and let there be no end to it.
So we've got Tri-Lane versus Tri-Lane, and already nice little infusion into this Dire Tri-Lane. He's picked up level 2 now, so he has that feast, so it's a little more difficult to harass him down because he does have that life coming in every time he auto-attacks. Plus it'll give him some good damage if they manage to catch somebody out. As far as this mid lane, pull up the last hits and denies. So it's looking pretty even. Batrider is getting a little bit ahead. He's 4-4 versus a 2-0. Queen of Pain. And then as far as this off lane goes, 5-3 on the Lone Druid, and only unfortunately 2 denies on this Magnus. But as a long lane solo, you know that it's not about getting the farm. All he needs to get is levels. So as long as he stays decently within the same level as this Lone Druid, I mean, he'll pick up a little bit of farm once he can get his Shockwave up and start spamming that out. We're going to see some Shadow Strike harass coming out onto the Batrider. Just pretty cheap. It's only 80 mana. Gives him some decent amount of damage and a good slow as well. And these two Tri-Lanes just kind of dueling it out. Pabak taking a good amount of damage. He's going to eat a Tango, though, and be perfectly fine.
Denied.
Lifestealer already got his boots and belt up, so he is, well, he's fairly close to his own treads. Then we'll see him probably go for some attack speed, maybe like a Maelstrom. Disruption's going to go on to 9, but not really do a whole lot. I mean, the unfortunate thing about putting Disruption onto supports is they don't really right-click for that much, so the illusions do next to nothing in terms of damage. It's better to get it onto this Lifestealer or something like that. And it looks like everyone's just kind of playing it passive for now. Not really looking to do all that much in terms of harass. Oh, a little bit of harass, but not going for any kills. They know that both of these Tri-Lanes equally dangerous. We are actually going to see an Impale, just defensive disruption, but a kinetic field's going to go down. Sven is in a ton of trouble. He's going to throw out a Stormhammer, but I don't know if he's going to be able to make it out of here. Oh, he just does. And Topor actually takes a lot of damage. He has to eat a Tango and back on off. So there's some aggressive play, but doesn't result in anything really. Oh, Topor gets a salve denied. It's not that huge of a deal because he does have that feast, so he'll be able to heal up a little bit from that slowly, along with eating some tangos. Sar is going to get trapped, and he's going to defensively disrupt himself within this kinetic field. He's going to get glimpsed back, but they can't really stay in this. Cat almost goes down the spirits. Oh, Wisp manages to get one last auto attack off. Finish that Nyx Assassin off. So there you go. It's 1-for-1 within the Tri-Lane. Batrider denying that rune.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
So as far as farm goes, they're pretty much even. Sven does have 6 denies. But everything's looking actually fairly even here. And both of these long lanes almost level 6. And once Magnus gets that reverse polarity, he will be able to start doing some action, go around roaming a little bit, try and get some kills. We're going to see Cat just warding up. Thought maybe he would try and roam on to this Batrider, who also isn't level 6 yet. So level 6 is when a lot of the action will probably start happening. Yeah, that's when you get the Flame Lasso, the Sonic Wave, the Reverse Polarity. I guess Lone Druid gets tanky. And then in this Tri-Lane, you get the God Strength, you get the Demonic Purge, and the Vendetta. So everything looking, I don't want to say boring, but it's passive. They're playing safe, which is, I mean, in my opinion, the smarter thing to do. against both Lifestealer and Sven, you don't want to start giving them a whole bunch of kills, because then they'll just start spiraling out of control. Both of them very momentum-based. What is Magnus bringing himself? He's bringing himself a bottle, so then he can start doing that shockwave spam. Get himself caught up on this CS. Although he's really not that bad. He's 26 to 20. Lone Druid's about 6 CS ahead, and the Denies are about the same as well, so not that big of a deal. Shadow Demon bringing himself a magic stick, so then he can start getting himself a little bit of regen when all these spells start flying out. 9 contesting this rune a bit, but Bat's gonna come over and besides, it was bottom anyways. Sven gets glimpsed back, but a Stormhammer still goes out. They're gonna disrupt. He drops down a kinetic field, though. Soul Catcher onto the Lifestealer. Impale on Sven. Disruptor goes down to Newts. So that's great. Soul Catcher causing a lot of damage. We actually see nice little Spike Carapace dodge. We see an Illusion Rune popped. Mantis is forced to just blink on out. Both him and Batrider getting very, very low. Magnus doing Bottle Crow so that Queen of Pain can get all the runes he needs. This enables him to just... Oh, and he's faking out with the reverse polarity here. Seeing if he can draw some kind of knee-jerk reaction. Just having some fun. And it has an awesome looking animation. Tranquil Boots are finished on RMN, and he's actually in some trouble. Tries to fake out the reverse polarity again. If you can manage to catch him when he's in his human form, then that's probably a dead Lone Druid. I mean, when you consider it's gives you about 400 health, I think, at level 1. It's a good chunk of health. But he's got his Tranquils finished. He's got an Orb of Venom on the bear as well, just to help with the chase. Allows him to get those solo kills and more possibilities of roots. Cat just kind of rotating into the side shop here, picking himself up boots. They're actually going to do an open wounds on the Sven, draw out a defensive disruption. And they will back on out. But here's Batrider. He's going to throw out a flame break, try and dive this. But he's just going to get glimpsed back and take a couple shower shots. That's about it. So unfortunately, they don't really do anything there. And a little bit of a roam that's, I wouldn't say necessarily wasted. I guess it is, because that gave Mantis a chance to catch up a little bit on the farm here. You look at mid lane, definitely won by Bat, though. 44 and 12, up against 28 and 3 Queen of Pain. So that was very well done by him. Lifestealer's going to jump into the jungle here. Topor just looking to get himself some farm. He's going to bring himself the Helm of Iron Will, so he's going for a fast armlet. Very nice early item, gives him a lot of survivability. Sven actually with a bottle. Interesting. That belong to anybody. I guess just gives him some cheap regen in the lane. And he can also kind of pass it around depending on who needs it. In the meantime, Wisp, I mean, sitting on boots and a magic stick, about the same as the Shadow Demon. All of these supports. Disruptor still doesn't even have boots. But this, having Topor jump into the jungle will give them a chance to get a little bit of a experience advantage. Spread that experience out, spread that gold out, let the Nyx Assassin farm a little bit. Whiff snags a double damage just to help, again, deny this regen from the Quap. If you can keep her from getting bottle charges, she's going to be forced to TP around. We're actually going to see a reverse polarity and then a skewer. And then a Sonic Wave to finish off that lone druid. He tried to TP out. Unfortunately, wasn't quite fast enough. The heavy nukes coming out of that Queen of Pain doing wonders. That was a very nice reverse polarity. And then, meanwhile, on the top lane, I missed a kill. The Nyx Assassin manages to get a kill onto the Shadow Demon. And Wisp actually gets a last hit. Finishes off that Nyx Assassin. God Strength is popped on the Sven. He's got Stormhammer up, but he is going to go down to the Lifestealer anyways. Good little infest to get himself back up in HP. And also do a good size nuke on everyone around him. And in the meantime, this Queen of Pain is just trying to play catch up. That is all that's happening. Bat already has his Blink Dagger, so we will see some very nice initiations. In fact, he just went basic boots and Blink. Very fast Blink. That'll allow him to do some nice Flame Lasso initiations. And Magnus just doing himself some solo pushing. RMN is actually going to go into the jungle. No new pickups really. He's got 1100 gold saved up, so we'll most likely see him just go for that relic. Send his bear to go watch the rune. And Tsar just going for a little bit of a walk. In the meantime, they have sent Pabek down to the bottom lanes. We're hoping he can get a little bit of farm up here. Or down there, I suppose. It is 48 on the Lifestealer up against the 36 on the Sven. But some of that is jungle creeps, so it's not quite as equivalent. If we look at the gold graph, it is pretty much dead even. Experience is in favor of Next.kz, though. Just due to the fact that this Lifestealer is roaming out, giving these tri-lane supports the chance to get up a little bit. If you look alternatively, Disruptor almost level 6. Although Wisp is 6, but that's partly because he got some kills. Shadow Demon still not even 6.5 or 5.5. And at the same time, Topor is level 7. It's just an even spread. Looking in favor of Next.kz here. Batrider using Illusion Rune just to kind of harass a bit and distract. Magnus is looking for a nice reverse polarity. He might wander on up top here. Lone Druid and Wisp looking very tasty. He's going to come in around behind them. But decide better of it because they had started backing up already. And the rest of the tri-lane was not in any position to dive in quite yet. So Magnus will just TP down to the bottom, defend this tower. God Strength had been popped. We see a lot of TP support coming in right away. See a reverse polarity on just the Sven. Pabek is definitely going to go down. Sonic Wave picks that one up. So a little bit of questionable decisions by Kaipi here. They're trying to dive a little bit. I mean, I understand what they're trying to do, but Magnus is a fairly tanky hero in his own right. Now he's got 1600 gold saved up. Gonna be going for that very fast Blink Dagger. In the meantime, 2,000 gold saved up on RMN. Still working towards that relic. Queen of Pain gets a kill on the Shadow Demon. And the Batrider manages to just TP out. He was stuck inside that static storm, unfortunately. And we'll see some push go on. They probably won't be able to take this tower down, but they'll definitely get it nice and low. And unfortunately, Wisp has not been able to do any relocate ganks yet. I mean, the thing about Wisp is you pick him up to be aggressive, be ganky, not just sit in a lane and babysit somebody. If you want to do that, you pick up like a Chikiro or even like a Lishrak and a Lina. In fact, I think Lina would have been a fine pickup within their tri-lane. They have Disruption to start things off, Stormhammer, Light Strike Array, easy kill. And it would have, in my opinion, worked out a little bit better than this Wisp. Wisp, in terms of a tri-lane, doesn't really give much except tether regen, I suppose. But Pabek is sending himself something. It's going to be an Ogre Club, so he's just going straight treads then BKB. Doesn't want to be able to... doesn't want to risk, although they do have the reverse polarity to allow them to still lock him down for a certain period, for a short period of time. I mean, it's like, right now, 3.25 seconds. Going to be 4 seconds once he hits level 16. So 4 seconds out of that BKB will be used up. 4 seconds out of that God's Strength as well. But, I mean, it's 25 seconds, so that's still a good 20 seconds of ridiculous right-clicking. Nyx Assassin is level 6, so he's got that Vendetta. Maybe they'll look to pick somebody off like this Wisp. You do a Vendetta into an Impale into like a Shockwave. And that is pretty much a dead Wisp. First hit Entangle on our Topor, but now RMN is going to be stuck. He's open wounded. He's inside the kinetic field. Maybe Glimpse? Yeah, they're going to glimpse him right on back. And so, in the meantime, I'm sorry I missed that kill on the bottom lane. Sven gets a kill on the Magnus. They did not use reverse polarity, so at least it wasn't wasted necessarily. So they've got that for the next big engagement. Mantis going the flash farmy blink scream build. And Disruption on the Queen of Pain, but she's just going to blink away. The Illusion's doing an all-right amount of damage, but 3,000 gold now saved up on this lone Druid, so he is 800 away from that Relic. Queen of Pain has 1,600 gold of her own saved up. We'll have to see if she goes for like a Linken's, or just goes for a fast Sheep Stick, goes for a Aghanim Scepter. It's a little difficult to tell at this point. Many different routes, all of them, I'd say, equal in utility and for various reasons. We see Vendetta has been popped. So Nyx is going to be hunting around. He actually has Empower on, just to give him that next little bit of... We're going to see a blink forward, and there you go, the Shockwave. Stormhammer does come out, and because of the Spike Carapace, it also stunned the Sven. So easy little kill for the Magnus. And I believe, yeah, he got the last hit on that. This gives him a nice little bit of gold. We'll have to see if he goes for like a drum or just rushes straight Refresher. But they're going to be doing a push as well. Actually, we're going to see a blink, reverse polarity into a Skewer, Impale, Mana Burn, right click, dead. So he's got himself his Arcane Boots. We'll have to see if he goes for Dagon, which actually is a pretty serious item on Nyx Assassin. It just gives you that extra level of burst. And this bottom tower is pretty much guaranteed to go down. Magnus takes the last hit on that. Batrider just brought himself a Force Staff. So now he can blink in, Flame Lasso somebody, and then Force Staff himself back to safety. Doesn't really have to worry about being stuck in the middle of this team. And we see Armlet already finished on Lifesteal. He's going to go for a Desolator. So he is just going for quick damage. I imagine we'll probably, because he still needs some attack speed, so we might see like a Mjolnir or an Assault Cuirass after the Desolator. But he is only like 850 gold from being able to finish that one. In the meantime, Sven's still sitting on just this Ogre Club. Hasn't really picked up any new items. If we look at net worth, yeah, huge disparity. We got a nearly 8,000 on Topor. Batrider gets absolutely annihilated by a 3-man roam. Sven is here, but I don't know what exactly he's going to be able to do. They're going to actually glimpse him back down, and Wisp's ult's going to end pretty quick here, so he's just going to go on home. But they'll be able to pressure this tier 2. They did take the tier 1 as well. Yeah, if we look at net worth, 8,400 on Topor, and in the meantime, Pabek, half that, almost. Like, just a 4K difference, basically. Huge difference. And, I mean, I guess there is a big disparity in the last hits, but it's also the fact that he's 2-0 versus Pabek's 1-3-2. Got the entire Next.kz squad coming up here. Gonna push down this top tier 1, just solidify that extra bit of map control, and in case anybody decides to TP in. We do have Glyph up. And there you go. There's the Desolator finished on Lifestealer, so this will go down even faster. They're gonna pop Glyph, but it's not really gonna do very much. See some TPs back to the tier 2s. We've got Cat. Batrider coming in, just trying to get a Flame Lasso off. And they're actually going to glimpse him forward. He's going to force staff into the trees and pop Firefly. He'll be able to just fly on out, or not! We're going to see a blink into a skewer along with a Nyx Bomb, it looks like, that was on the Magnus, I think. And that Nyx Bomb does finish off the Batrider. Glimpse, incredibly powerful spell. It's insane how good it is. And then we're going to see a smoke up by the Next.kz squad. Just Cat and 9. Roaming around looking to try and catch somebody out. They are actually going to find a Wisp. And they figure if Wisp is nearby, so is Sven. So they're just going to back on off. They'll go ahead and take Roshan, it looks like. I mean, Empower is so gross. You look at the damage it gives. That's insane. He's hitting for like 260. All he's got is Armlet Desolator. It's such a huge bonus. We're going to see open wounds on Roshan as well, just to give that much more Lifesteal Feast working its way. And there you go, Aegis for the Lifestealer. He's just going to go ahead and TP on home. Lifestealer doing his weird little dance when he TPs. And now, we're going to see a Basher. So he's just looking to get even more lockdown. Radiance is finished on the Bear. So Lone Druid was pretty much guaranteed to get that one. Demolish with a Radiance, just so much damage. Blink forward by Quaj Dota. I'm probably horribly butchering that, but oh well. But it was unable to get a lasso. We see our men roaming on up here, trying to take more towers. But some very fast response as well. They were spotted out by this ward, so they knew that the pressure was most likely coming to this top lane. Actually, they see Topor here. Do they know that 9? Yeah, now they definitely know that 9 is here. Flame Lasso onto 9. He, unfortunately, is going to go down to a Flame Break. In the meantime, Magnus kills the Wisp bottom lane. Batrider is going to go down as well in exchange. And instead, they will just look to take down the Bear, I think, maybe? They're just going to send that in a tree, and it's going to get recalled, so Disruptor dies, but they do end up technically doing a 2-for-1. And unfortunately, that's going to be a dead Shadow Demon. We see Pabek, he's going to throw a Stormhammer down, pop the God Strength. Magnus to die to creeps, actually. A little bit of a preferable thing, because then it gives a little bit less of a Golden Fusion specifically to the Sven. BKB is finished on him. Basher is also finished on Topor. Nyx Assassin just picking up a Vit Booster, just trying to get himself a little tanky We'll have to see if he goes for a Vanguard. It seems a little late for a Vanguard, but we'll have to see. Queen of Pain has an ultimate orb, so that's most likely going to be for a sheep stick. So if we look at things, actually can pick it up now. I think, yeah. A little bit short. 50 gold short. 4-0. So even though I had a very rough early game, we see a Nick spam. Oh, Tsar, you poor, poor man. That's a dead Shadow Demon again. And there you go. Sheepstick is... You can finish it now. Yay.
Safe word.
Although you'd have a DD rune. Doesn't want to stop now. We're going to see a Spike Carapace stun. BKB is going to be popped. Oh, Mantis. Oh, you're... Run! Radiance Burn does finish that off. But there you go. Blind Impale going to finish that off, and unfortunately... Lone Druid TP's out, but that was Queen of Pain dying for 3, I guess. I count the Shadow Demon in there, but it wasn't actually part of that engagement. Still 2 for 1 in that engagement itself. Plus, given the supports a whole bunch of money, Nick's going to look to pressure down this tier 2 some more. The Bear coming on through, trying to do Radiant Spurn just to keep this the wave harassed down a little bit. First hit Entangle, actually. Defensive Disruption onto Star. There you go, reverse polarity, the shockwave coming through. We do see Topor. Aegis is going to be popped. He got Flame Lassoed. He's going to have to run. But will he be able to? He's going to pop the Rage, and he's just going to start right-clicking like his life depends on it, because it does. Manages to finish off the Wisp. A little bit of an armlet toggle. Tries to get the Shadow Demon as well. Fortunately, he cannot. 9 might also go down as well. There you go. Flame Break's going to fly on through. That was technically a 2 for 1 in Kaipi's favor. And there you go. Nyx also goes down. What was he still doing there? So 3 for 1. Magnus is the only one that really survives that. He is going for that refresher. Manages to get a cute little blink shockwave. And then just skewers himself out of the trees. Flame Break actually to break that TP. He's probably going to go down as well. Stormhammer picks that one up. So there we go. BKB is finished. We'll have to see what he goes for next. Might see like a Crystallis. Sheepstick is finished on the Queen of Pain though. Got Treads as well. So we'll have to see maybe like an Aghanim Scepter now. Or maybe even a Lincoln's to dodge stuff like Root. And it's going to be an Assault Cuirass on the Lone Druid. What's the cost of this Assault Cuirass? Recipe cost is 1,300. I always forget that for some reason. So he is basically 1,500 gold from being able to finish that one. Or actually, you see Batrider gets sheeped, gets Vendetta impaled, and that's an easy, easy kill. So the roams, the ganks, and they're actually going to find a DD rune. So that'll be a nice little thing for their next engagement. And now he just needs
Dire's top tower
the
is under attack.
recipe, I do believe. Yep. So he is about... Ooh, he's actually taking a bunch of damage. Sorry, I missed that one just barely. Looks like it was a relocate gank. Sven manages to pop God's Strength, and a BKB takes down that top tier one. We're going to see some TPs to defend this. Open wounds in a kinetic field. They actually managed to glimpse back the Shadow Demon, I do believe it was. Static Storm is also dropped. Unfortunately, no one really dies. Queen of Pain does pop a DD, though. So we'll probably see either kills or some damage go in. Queen of Pain actually just going to look to farm the small camp. Nyx Assassin has Vendetta popped, just kind of hanging out by the side, hoping that somebody roams in. We see Sar survive with 10 health against this Queen of Pain. Just barely got that disruption off. Another 2,100 gold saved up on Mantis. So we'll have to see, again, what he goes for. I mean, he's got a couple different options. He could just go for like an Aghanim Scepter, give him that big burst nuke, and tons more damage, very, very short cooldown. Nyx Assassin is bringing himself a drum recipe. Roshan is not quite up yet, not for another 3 minutes or so. But everything seems to quiet down a little bit. Bad Red picks up a Ghost Scepter just to avoid that Life Stealer. Mech is almost finished on Babar. Just needs to pick up the Buckler. Cool little Sentry Ward. Looks like Shadow Demon is actually using the Shadow Demon wards, which is always a nice little touch. Disruption of an Illusion. And Cat is coming through with the Vendetta. Oh, you poor, poor man. That's going to be a dead Shadow Demon. It's always a nice thing as a Nyx Assassin when you catch out a support. Just laying wards or something in the jungle. Can't really do anything to stop from dying. Mask of Madness is picked up on the Sven, so he's just looking to give himself some attack speed. Just get those right clicks out even faster. In the meantime, we got 1,600 gold saved up on Life Stealer, so we'll have to see what Teleport decides to pick up as his next item. Unfortunately, he doesn't have the Empower anymore, so we can't just flash farm this with the Cleave.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's top tower has fallen.
Tier 2 top is actually going to go down, and we will see Magnus. And he does have the Nyx Bomb inside him, so he's going to come forward. Wants to get an initiation on somebody. They are just going to go ahead and take these Bat Rider, and they'll get the Bear as well. Nice little bit of a gold for Wadafaka. He's about 200 gold from being able to finish that refresher, and when that happens, they will be able to pay, just destroy in team fights. Sar goes down to the Queen of Pain. I mean, what else is new, really? Unfortunately, that's what happens when you play the hard support. And some damage going in on this tier 2. It's going to force the Glyph out. I have to cough. I think they should be able to get this. Might have to tank it a little bit. Impale's going to come through just to help nuke down this creep wave along with his Scream. And there you go. That's going to be a dead tower. Queen of Pain picks that one up. 4,300 gold saved up. Roshan is back up. So Topor looking to finish that. He's got himself an Assault Cuirass all finished. And an Aegis. So he is officially scary. 27 armor. That is insane. And Nyx Assassin manages to find Sar in the jungle again. And, I mean, they are just crapping all over him, unfortunately. 1 and 8. Not a fun game. Considering, like, when you consider that a Nyx Assassin is normally dangerous enough. But you consider that there could be a Nyx Bomb inside. Or a Nyx inside the Nyx Bomb. We have ourselves a Nyx. But alright, this tier 2 is going to get chewed apart. I mean, really, no stopping this. Stormhammer is going to come out, but... And then a Flame Lasso. He does have Aegis, though. So there's Aegis popped. And Mantis actually picks up a BKB. Just manages to get the reverse polarity off before he goes down. Bat Rider manages to pick up that with a Flame Break and the help of the Soul Catcher. We're actually going to see a relocate gank forward. But I don't think they have any detection. Is there a gem? Yes. They passed it off to the Bat Rider. So now Next.kz is going to look to protect this tier 2. They do have a huge tower advantage and a big kill advantage. I mean, if we look at the gold graph, it's about 7,500, actually pretty much 7,500 dead even, and a 14,000 experience advantage. That's insane. What's levels like? Oh my god. But Sven is able to just tear through these towers so fast. He's got his Crystallis finished. Overcharge doing a ton of work. along with this bear that has the Assault Cuirass finished. We're going to see an Impale, and there's a Scream, Static Storm, Sonic Wave as well. Mantis gets first hit entangled. Pabek goes down right away, though. Batrider finishes off the Nyx. Here's Watafaka. Going to give Topor that Empower, and then a Shockwave is going to finish off the lone Druid. So that's a 3-for-1 engage. Blink, Skewer to catch up to Babar. And I think this is pretty much dead Babar. I guess he's going to tether to creeps. But then we're going to see a blink forward. Oh, completely whiffs that reverse polarity. That's a little bit of an unfortunate use of it. Was hoping that he could just catch it off, but Wisp did go high ground. But I don't know. They could probably pressure Rax at this point. Sven will be up in 10, so I don't 100% know. Got another 3k saved up on the Lifestealer. So we'll have to see what Topor goes for next. Was there like a stack that he just picked up? He is 8-1, I suppose. Blink forward, and they try and get a Skewer out on somebody. But unfortunately, they aren't really able to pick up anything. We see 1,600 gold saved up. Lifestealer, spend your monies. What could he pick up at this point? I guess he could go for BKB, give him that huge amount of... Like, that first pop of BKB is, like, 22 seconds of magic immunity. But that won't save you from the entangles. And I don't think it's 100% necessary. Same thing with the Flame Lasso. It protects you from basically Disruption and the Storm Hammer. So we'll have to see what he actually decides to go for. I suppose he could go for like a Crystal, like a Daedalus. Wouldn't be a bad pickup. Heart wouldn't be a bad pickup either. So we'll have to see if he picks up a Reaver right here, or just keeps on going. Cat is actually looking for a Bloodstone. Interesting pickup. And there you go. We see a smoke. Magnus has Nakes inside of him. And they are looking to do a blink reverse polarity Nyx bomb. Nakes bomb. I hate when they're both on the same team, or even both in the same game, because I'm constantly screwing that up. But everyone's, like, Kaipi is very, very scared right now. They haven't really picked up anything new on their lone Druid. He still only has that Radiance and the Assault Cuirass. And it's at a point in the game where the Radiance isn't really all that great. It helps you counter push, it helps you farm. But in team fights, the damage is kind of negligible. Everyone's gotten a little tanky. Disruptor actually picks up an Ogre Club, so are we going to see a BKB on the Disruptor? And Nakes is just going to pop on out. The Basher, he's going to pick that up. Because I have wasted enough time inside of this Minotaur man, this Centaur man. But now it's going to be a big push bottom. They're just going to go ahead and say, screw it. Force the fight. Assassin still doesn't have level 3 Vendettas, but he only has 15 seconds left on that, and we might even see him in mid-fight go for like a Vendetta, quick damage. And unfortunately, Next.kz just, there's enough danger within just Kaipi's lineup as it is to prevent them from just rushing high ground. So we might have to see if they go for like a pipe, or 4,000 gold saved up on Lifestealer. I think a pipe, or even picking up like a mech or something, would be a huge bonus for them. Pabek's actually going to get caught out. 3-man Skewer. There's the Refresher. We're going to see another reverse polarity. That's going to be 4 inside the Static Storm and inside of the Kinetic Field. Lifestealer is just right-clicking like crazy. And there you go. Nyx Assassin picking up a triple kill. And Disruptor finishes that one off. So that is a team wipe. I don't know if any of them have buyback. We can... only Sven. Only Sven can buy back. Oh no, it looks like Lone Druid could as well. But I mean, on their own, they cannot stop this push from 4 members of Next.kz. There you go, Blink Skewer. Lone Druid's going to go down as well. So there you go, buyback, die again. That is probably the worst. That's Rax, probably a second set of Rax as well. Queen of Pain will look to push out this wave. And they're just going to use Nyx Assassin to tank this up. There you go. Topor finishes that one off. He's got 6,500 gold saved up. Sar's going to go down again as well. Blink, Sheep. And that's pretty much GG at this point. 40 seconds with 2 down. 20 seconds on reverse polarity, at least 1. But it looks like they're going to do one last stand. Stormhammer and a Flame Lasso onto Mantis. He's going to be able to blink out, though. Topor shreds through Sven, shreds through Babar, shreds through Batrider. And there you go. That's going to be the 3rd tier 3 tower. Lifestealer picks up a Manta, actually. Interesting choice. I guess just to give him that much faster pushing. The illusions do a good amount of damage, actually, to these buildings. And they are going to try and take down this bear. RMN is in a bad, bad spot. Sar actually goes down, pops his Ghost Scepter, goes down to a Shockwave. There you go, GG is called. Mega Creeps, they can't really stop this at this point. And there you go, that was game 1. I was Blightwind, I am a caster for Gosu Gamers. Go ahead and check out gosugamers.net for all of your gaming needs. And go ahead and check out my Twitch page. This is a local recording. So go ahead and check out my Twitch page at twitch.tv/Blightwind. Check out my Twitter. It's Twitter at Blight_Dota. Check out my YouTube, which is Incadius, INCADUS. And I hope you enjoyed it. Please tune in for more of the Gosu League. And go ahead and check out my Twitch or my YouTube. I have the rest of the games. I have Game 2, along with the other series, which was DD versus Mouse. So I hope you all have a good night. I'll let you sit at this screen for a little bit. And now I stop the recording.